Before I went to see this movie, I bundled up. I wore a button-up shirt, put on a sweater, my pea coat, scarf, gloves, and my beanie. I recommend you do the same. The Revenant. In my opinion, holy crap. The story follows American frontiersman Hugh Glass. While on a fur trading expedition, he gets mauled by a bear. Severely injured, his son and two other companions volunteer to watch over him until he dies. One of them, John Fitzgerald, decides to betray Glass. He kills his son, and with his other companion, buries Glass alive. Fueled by rage and the desire for revenge, Glass escapes death and goes on a brutal journey to find Fitzgerald and kill him. The Revenant is Alejandro G. Iñárritu's first film following Birdman, and following a project like that is no easy task. The film told a compelling comeback story in a single take, and while there was editing involved, the effect was well received, and showed that Iñárritu was a director who could deliver on his ambition. With this movie, he is telling a survival story, and this time the logistical nightmares lie with the locations. Over an 8-month period, the cast and crew were subject to freezing conditions. It was, one can only imagine, miserable, but the misery they endured helped craft a film with a raw humanity that's lacking in most of today's releases. The interesting part for me is that watching this energized me creatively, but physically exhausted me. There is a lot to swallow during the first viewing, and I knew even midway through that I would require multiple viewings because while on the surface this movie is about survival and revenge, there is a lot more going on in the subtext, and with more viewings I know I'll be able to peel back more layers and have a deeper appreciation for this material. Now, obviously I'm not there yet, but eventually I will, and I look forward to that time. For my first viewing, I was very moved by the consistent feeling that everyone was giving their everything. There is not a single actor in this film who gave me the impression they were signed on to this project for the paycheck, and that means a lot. I was also very inspired by the cinematography. Emanuel Lubezki became one of my favorite cinematographers through this film. He has a gift, and I was just astounded with how well he captured the rhythm of the story with every scene. And while some are more intense than others, all of them contain a strong understanding of the power of cinema. I personally have no doubt that someone, somewhere, will see this and be inspired to be an actor or a filmmaker, or heck, why not both? I mean, there is a weight to the material, both emotionally and psychologically, that hardly any film nowadays provides, and being someone who craves daily both inspiration and well-told stories, I can tell you with confidence, this film gave me both. My favorite scene is the bear mauling scene. It sounds horrible to say that, but it is true. It is super intense and way more realistic than is comfortable. And in my opinion, Leo DiCaprio's performance in that scene is beyond anything he has done before. It begins strong and it ends strong, and the same I think is true of this movie as a whole. For me, this movie shows what can happen when a director fights really hard for his or her vision and avoids compromise at all costs. If you appreciate risk-taking, you will enjoy this film. I give it, wait for it, 5 out of 5 stars. Thank you for your time. I appreciate it. I wish you an inspiring day.